Well, I'm back. Good day, folks. Welcome in. I'm here to talk about the past and future box and the John Collins Black Treasure Hunt. There's treasure inside. Uh, a year ago or so, I did several videos on this particular box. I think that people are going to still try to solve that word search and come up with what it actually means, and they'll probably never get the solution to the word search because the word search was in that puzzle just to draw your attention to Google. In other words, Google is a word search, if you will. Uh, Ready Player One. Most of these references have to do with the Silicon Valley in California. Mountain View, if you will, is one of the prominent features in the past and future. Uh, the 101 or the IOI and the Ready Player One also lends you to this area. And I put together several videos about how the 101 could play into this, how Mountain View could be a possibility, how Apple in the first part of the book he starts out talking about Apple and Steve Jobs. And if you consider the possibility that these front parts of the book actually work with the back part of the book, and he's not going to admit to this because he said that you don't need to have the back of the book and the front of the book matched together. You could just buy one chapter, if you will. So in his marketing, he's made the statement that you don't need the rest of the book, but in reality, I think that the book was designed to have the back chapters reference information in the front chapters, which would then get you to a final location. And as I've stated, my final location originally and still is a location somewhere in the Silicon Valley, Mountain View area, maybe Bixby Park. And there's several videos on that you can look at the bottom of the description. My second alternative idea for the past and future box had to do with the Phoenix Rising. In other words, the past and the future, from the ashes come the phoenix, right? And there is a good possibility that if you look at some of the front of the book artists and jewel makers, if you will, from the front of the book, if you look at some of them and then compare them to where they grew up, uh, the totem odom, if you will, reservation comes to mind. And the possibility would be then that if you link that craft or that person's background to a specific location, and then you find the cryptocurrency uh, Pheonix, and you find the other Bitcoin references to Pheonix, the data mining that occurs there, that would be the future, if you will. And so I put that out there as my second alternative, and I've got a pretty long video on that. But today I'm just wrapping up the thoughts that I had on the John Collins Black Treasure Hunt and the specific boxes. Um, and I'm referring you back to the content that I previously created. Um, I think that the focus on Lake Tahoe and the angle of the coin, if you will, I don't know where that got started. I don't know why so many people are focusing on that. I guess you could find Tahoe in the word search, if you will. But, uh, if I was really looking in the Tahoe area, I would be looking at this location where some of the Silicon Valley uh, people are buying and building houses and property. That's where I would focus my efforts because obviously you've got a guy that lives in Topanga uh, who's in a little bit with that whole cryptocurrency thing. I mean, he was the one of the founders of Game, if you will, which was this cryptocurrency idea that was going to be based upon being able to trade gaming credits, if you will, in a cryptocurrency between different, let's say, game manufacturers or different games. So, in other words, if you were playing in this arena and you had earned so many power ups here, you could turn it into a cryptocurrency and then use it on the platform over here. I somehow Shalom Brothers walked away with $50 million out of this whole company, and what that means, I don't know. Maybe this guy left before that all happened, but anyway, I just have a feeling that if you look into that general area of uh, discovery, you might be in the right place. Uh, there's familiarity with the creator in this area as well, so I'm banking on this one being discovered somewhere in the Silicon Valley area. Um, but it could be elsewhere. I don't know. All right. Well, that's all I have to say on the John Collins Black treasure hunt for the past and future box. If you want to look into deeper some of my ideas that I had on this, I've attached the links in the section below on the description, and you can look there for those videos. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm going to move on out of the treasure hunting community. Just trying to get myself uh, one final opportunity to speak about each of these boxes before I finally just say, I just don't know. I mean, I can't invest my entire life in treasure hunting. I've been doing this for 15 years. I think that's long enough, um, and that's about where I got to cut it off. Is at that point.